The toughest trek in Peru, maybe all of South America. For 8 days and 70 miles, we crossed the Andes on the legendary Choquequirao route, finishing at Machu Picchu. Our guide Percy hadn't led this trail in 3 years, but with this crew, we set out into a world of relentless climbs, remote ruins, and unforgettable adventure. We didn't know what to expect. Steep cliffs, dizzying switchbacks, and remote terrain that would test our bodies and our minds. But we knew one thing: this journey would change us. Every step, every breath, every view etched in our memory forever. A day one set the tone, dropping thousands of feet into the Apurímac Canyon. The heat, the dust, and the endless switchbacks hit hard right out of the gate. But spirits were high, and as the sun set, we camped under cliffs that felt like the edge of the world. Every step was a reminder: what goes down must come back up. The trail was steep, and the canyon walls towered above us, silent witnesses to our journey. Dust clung to our skin. Boots slid on loose gravel. Poles dug into the dirt with every step. Yet there was beauty in it. The sunlight bouncing off the rock, shadows stretching across the cliffs, the river glimmering below like a ribbon of silver. That first night, lying under the stars, we realized how small we truly were in this immense world. If day one broke us down, day two built us back up. We climbed more than 5,000 feet, like doing Lone Peak in a single push. The heat, the exertion, and the thin air demanded everything we had. Conversations faded. Breathing became the only rhythm we followed. Percy reminded us, one step, one breath. But yeah, don't race the mountain. And then it happened. Through the drifting clouds, the terraces of Choquequirao appeared. Massive stonework carved into the mountainside, hidden from view, untouched by most of the world. Standing there, catching our breath, we felt a surge of awe. The Incas had built this city in a place where few modern humans would dare to walk. Day 3 was a gift. We explored Choquequirao, vast Inca terraces, quiet stone pathways, and almost no one else there. No tourist lines, just the llamas, the wind, and the history beneath our feet. Walking along terraces with sweeping Andes views, we paused to imagine life centuries ago. Farmers tending crops, warriors walking these same stones. Every corner, every stone seemed to whisper stories of a civilization that thrived high in these mountains, leaving a legacy that time could not erase. That night, we camped among ancient walls. Eating dinner where the Incas once stood, staring at the stars, we felt connected to something timeless. The silence of the Andes, broken only by the occasional call of a distant bird, made the experience feel sacred. It was a reminder that this place had survived, unchanged for hundreds of years, resilient, proud, and waiting patiently for those willing to walk its path. From ruins to rivers, day 4 tested our grit. We dropped back down to the canyon floor, crossed roaring rivers, and began another uphill climb. The water rushed past our boots, cold and relentless, while the canyon walls towered above us, silent witnesses to our struggle. It felt like climbing one mountain only to see another waiting for us, each step demanding more focus and determination. Our legs shook, shoulders ached, yet each step reminded us that the trek was as much mental as physical. We paused often to catch our breath, taking in the vastness of the canyon, the glimmer of sunlight on rock faces, and the sheer scale of the landscape. By the time we reached camp again, the sun was fading behind the canyon, painting everything in gold. In that quiet moment, we realized we were stronger than the day before, and every challenge had brought us closer to the mountains and to ourselves. By day 5, the Andes threw everything at us: bee colonies, mosquitoes, tarantulas on the trail, even wild turkeys barging into tents. Every step brought a new surprise: a sudden gust of wind, loose rocks underfoot, or the startling call of a distant bird echoing through the canyon. Sitting covered in bites, we laughed until it hurt. The discomfort became stories, the chaos became memories, and each moment felt like a badge of honor. By now, it was clear this trek bonded us through every challenge, reminding us that adventure isn't just about reaching the destination, it's about surviving, thriving, and laughing together along the way. Day 6 pushed us to the highest point of the trek, a pass at 15,800 feet. The air was thin, each breath a struggle, and every step felt like a triumph. The trail was relentless. Rocky paths, switchbacks, and sheer drops reminded us how small we were in these vast mountains. With every step, the views grew more incredible. Endless peaks stretching in every direction, clouds drifting through valleys below, and the sun casting shadows that danced across the slopes. After the summit, we descended to a natural hot spring during the afternoon. The warm water steamed gently in the cool mountain air as the group relaxed and soaked tired muscles. The sun reflected off the water, mountains looming in the background, and the soft mist rising around us made it feel like a hidden paradise carved into the Andes. Day 7 felt like a gift from the Andes. After the toughest climbs, the mountains seemed to soften for us. We walked through lush jungle trails, the air thick with humidity and the scent of wild orchids. Birds called from the canopy, and streams and waterfalls rushed alongside us. Crossing rivers became an adventure in itself, balancing on rocks, boots splashing through cold water, feeling alive with each step. For a full week, we hadn't seen another group. The Andes were ours alone. That night, our campsite perched on a ridge overlooking the valley. The sunset painted the mountains gold and amber. In that quiet moment, we understood why the Incas built their cities here, where solitude meets grandeur. The final day, Machu Picchu, not by train, not by bus, but by walking every step, earning the view. The sun peeked over the mountains, illuminating terraces, temples, and plazas. The ancient stones glowed gold as morning mist curled around the peaks. Paths were quiet, sacred, as if holding their breath. We wandered slowly, tracing history with our footsteps, imagining life here centuries ago. The rituals, the voices, the pulse of an empire. By sheer luck, we entered and left before railway protests. Every mile, every climb, every struggle brought us to this moment. A reward both humbling and exhilarating. Standing there, surrounded by clouds and silence, it felt less like reaching a destination and more like awakening a dream. But our journey wasn't finished. The next morning, we climbed Huayna Picchu, the knife-edge peak towering behind Machu Picchu in every postcard photo. Narrow stairs carved into stone, dizzying drop-offs, and ancient terraces clinging to the cliffside. From the top, the view of Machu Picchu spread out below was the perfect finale. Trekking Choquequirao isn't about comfort. It's about endurance, resilience, and connection. Connection to history, to the land, and to each other. Every sunrise painted the valleys in gold, and every step felt like walking through centuries of stories carved into stone. The hardest climbs taught us patience. The steepest switchbacks tested our limits. Yet the moments of beauty, the quiet terraces hidden in the mist, the waterfalls cascading endlessly, the stars igniting the night sky, reminded us why we endure such challenges. This trek changed the way I see the world. It taught me humility in the face of nature's vastness and strength I didn't know I had. It reminded me that the most meaningful experiences are earned, step by step, heartbeat by heartbeat, with sweat, effort, and unshakable determination. What did we bring home? Friendships forged in hardship. Stories written in sweat and laughter. The Choquequirao Trek isn't just a journey to Machu Picchu. It's a pilgrimage through the heart of the Andes, walking in the footsteps of the Incas across some of the most dramatic landscapes on Earth.